Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I hope you enjoyed this interview. Let me begin with the secular.
You said,
Let me begin with the sale now of 20.
uh,
Can you hear me,
I
Mr.
can't hear you
Gwadabe?
at all.
Okay. Okay, if you can hear me, let's take a break if we can.
Hello?
Can you hear me? I can hear you, Mr. Gwadabe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very, very faint.
Okay.
Fainting.
Speak to me about the $20,000 sale to the BDCs. There was a circular by the CBN 2 days ago to you and
Yeah.
your colleagues. Yes, speak to me about that and the guidelines of the Central Bank of Nigeria to your association, members of your association, to streamline your businesses now. So speak to me about that very quickly.
In both perspectives, we appreciate the management of the central bank. First, to the reinstatement of our window for the Bureau de change to participate. It shows how the central bank are putting effective measures to inject liquidity into the market. We have always argued that the BDC subsector is the third leg of the market, is the most effective transmission mechanism of the foreign exchange policy. If you remember, in 2021 July, that is when the activities of the Bureau de change is withdrawn from the official window, and that is the beginning of the volatility we have experienced. Before that withdrawal, the parallel market was being around 450, 500 a dollar, while the official is about 360. However, today, over almost 2.5 years, we are talking of depreciation of almost from that 500 to about 1,900. Rate have gone to 1,900. And just recently, just mere announcement, the appreciation was achieved from that average of $1,915 dollars, and now we're talking about 1,450, 1,550. So you can see how the impact of allowing the BDC to catch up with the critical return end of the market is huge and is successful. So we want to thank the management of the central bank for that reinstatement, and that we're assuring them that we'll do our best. It's in the interest of everybody. It's in the interest of every Nigerian. No any leader in this country today that is comfortable with this development. So as operators, we are willing and we'll put all our hands on deck to ensure the success of this program.
Okay.
Also, I'm calling on the public to approach the Bureau de change offices, licensed offices, to conduct their return aid needs, their traveling allowance, their school fees, their medical, and mortgages. And whereby they suspect a foul play, please, they should not hesitate to report such Bureau de change to our association for appropriate action.
Okay, Mr.
Then taking you back to the guidelines of the recent one,
Okay.
it's also an appreciation. This is the first time the management of the central bank will give us a draft or release the draft to the public for input. Over time, we are not involved. Our input is not considered. We just wake up one day, we see a regulation that becomes sacrosanct. So we can see a shift in management style, a shift in leadership. And I want to advise the management of the central bank to continue with that. It's going to address so many issues. It's going to enhance the capitalization and ownership consolidation. It also opened a lot of sources for the new emerged BDC to come in terms of assessing diaspora remittances, in terms of assessing domiciliary accounts, in terms of issuing cash payments, in terms of also assessing the same IE window that we are doing now. However, it's not without constraint. The constraint is about the capitalization and the exclusion of rights, and also some operational clarification.
Okay, Mr. Gwadabe, let me halt you a bit.
Against any reform.
Can you hear me?
Reforms is a dynamic space. Reform have happened in the banking industry. It happened in the microfinance bank. It has happened in the stock exchange brokers. So it's a continuous thing as we grow in life. we must also expect there must be changes.
Okay.
Nothing is cast on stone. Like the reform is not cast on stone. It's subject to adjustment as we give input.
Okay,
However, we tell the 2 billion capitalization, what tier 1, tier 2, we may be running to the problem we want to solve. The problem we want to solve with capitalization is all about money laundering, terrorism financing. So if TI is not taking that 2 billion, 1 billion, 500 million capitalization is not reviewed, we have our figure, we are working with our members so that we can come with an industry recommendation on that capitalization.
Okay.
However, to share,
Mr. Gwadabe, can you hear me?
The UK is £50,000 for capitalization to register a licensed BDC. Even at the parallel market, we are talking of 100 million. Kenya is doing $50,000 capitalization. Even at parallel market rate, we are talking about 75 million capitalization. The Tanzania is where they are doing $200,000 for licensing a bureau de change. Even at the parallel market rate is 300 million naira. Also, the obnoxious compulsory caution deposit, which is 200 million for the tier 1 and also 50 million for tier 2. It's not a global practice. We have checked all over the world. There is no place a bureau de change is yet to compulsory put a caution deposit. We are not a money deposit taker. We don't give loan and so many other things. So we use our own capital to buy our sources. We are not using customers' money. So for the fact that we have to be forced to pay caution deposit, I think is an arbitration. It's an aberration.
Okay.
Also, the issue of right in terms of ownership. I think there is some violation of right. Yes, we are all in support of money laundering. We are against stealing funds from the government quarters and using the bureau de change. However, if an official of government, his wife is doing business, and then you now say that even the partners of that civil servant or a PEP cannot own a BDC. The thing that should be done is proper fix and proper check.
Okay.
And also put
Mr. Gwadabe, I just hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me because we've been speaking for a while now, and I wanted to come in with follow-up questions. And, you know, if I can, let me just do this because we have another guest, and I wish I even had more time with you, but the network did not allow us to do that. The issue you're addressing is according to the guideline that the central bank released in terms of ownerships of BDCs moving forward, public servants, bank officials. And I read the guidelines. Central bank itemized many, you know, people that would not have BDCs moving forward. But this example that you just gave now, that if there's a government official and his wife is doing business and has a BDC, would you say that the wife doesn't have a right to do that? That is one. Why are you saying that? Because there could also be influences, as it were. We remember what happened, was it a few weeks ago, around the Minister of Interior not being a director, no, the wife is, and all of that, all those shenanigans around that issue. The second one is, if you are saying that there should be a categorization of recapitalization requirement for BDCs, not up to what the central bank has said in terms of 2 billion naira, because when the governor mentioned that, my mind went to microfinance banks, and I was like, okay, perhaps the CBN wants to do a microfinance modeling for BDCs. I would really want to follow up. We really want to follow you up with questions on that. Mr. Gwadabe, are you there? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you said it right. Let me give you even an example.
And just for yes, for 1 minute, yes.
And their capitalization is 50 million. Money Point. Money Point turnover is in billions of dollars. It's there on the stage. It's not hidden. And their capitalization is 50 million.
No,
naira.
no. Mr. Gwadabe, yeah. if you want to have a microfinance bank, for example, across the country, your recapitalization, sorry? If you want to have a microfinance bank across, if you want to have your branches of a microfinance bank across the country, that is not 50 million, it's about 2 billion because you have categorization units. No, hold on, Mr. Gwadabe. You have units, you have states, you have national. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that if you want to have your BDCs across the country, the CBN has given you a capitalization for that. If you want to have a unit, that's just one branch, like in Wuse or in Balogun, there is a capitalization for that. That's what I'm saying, that the capitalization requirements.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But for now, what the reform is saying is 2 billion and 500 million. Like I've told you, we are ready to embrace reform. What we are asking is even grandfather's right. You should not issue any license during this reform, during this consolidation. It has happened in 2006. You should allow only the existing BDCs to merge and consolidate. By the time you allow it open, the mega, the people that you don't want them to own this jurisdiction will be the one to come and hijack it. From those of us that have made considerable investment, from those of us that have put a lot of expertise, a lot of training, infrastructures in place.
Okay, Mr. Gwadabe,
to have the grandfather's right, allow the existing ones to merge and consolidate.
Okay, Mr. Gwadabe, how many BDCs do you have? Do you have an idea of how many BDCs are there now? And secondly, the last time I spoke with you, you did mention that you are open to mergers and acquisitions. Are you looking at that? Because according to my own knowledge...
line is fencing. I'm not hearing how many BDCs do we have?
Yes. How many BDCs do you have? And the last time I spoke to you, you talked to me about mergers and acquisitions, that you are open to mergers and acquisitions within your space. Yes. Are you still looking at that option?
Yes, we are on that. We have put our roadmap to the central bank. Even as at last year, we have been proactive on that consolidation. So we have put a lot of input to them. For the number you asked now, you can see that number on the CBN website, framebank.org. But for the benefit of this interview, I think there is about 5,650 license bureau change as at today.
Okay, I think, Mr. Gwadabe, let's leave it for now. Thank you for watching. In case this is your first time watching us, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop your comments as well as like, and most of all, share our content.